Welcome back to the Opal dungeon. We're not cutting outside in the cold today. I moved the stuff inside, or it won't be quite as cold. But we're going to cut some opal. Now this is the video that I've been promising you for a little while. So this is a parcel from the Blacklighters. The one that they forgot for almost a month to send. But it finally showed up today. And particularly I have 100 carats, 100 carat handy, 100 carats for $100. One of their handies. They said on the video that this is one of the best handy parcels that they ever had, some of the best quality that they've ever had. I've bought a couple of their handy parcels. So I was like, okay, well, we'll try it. We'll see what we do a video on it. So let's look and see what you get for $100, 100 carats, and see what we can cut from it. All right, let's go through our other material first, because we got some interesting stuff here. We have a 22 carat chunk that I spent $60 on. This chunk is 22 carats. It is pretty much full thickness color. It's not going to be the brightest. It looks like it'll face from this side. Looks like it might be thick enough you could split it. We're not going to cut that one today, so we won't talk about it too much, other than that's one of the pieces I got. We got this one right here that we will also not be cutting today. This is a $70 10 carat Cooper. A little bit better brightness on this one, it looks like. Color on this side, color on this side. Looks like a crack right there, maybe. But that one looks to be a little brighter, hopefully. We cut a nice stone from that one. We're not going to cut that one either today. But we have that one coming up. Then there's this one, a 9 carat flash dance. I remember this one from the auction. So there you go. 9 carat flash dance is what that one was called. We might cut that one today. Why not? But the purpose of this video is the 100 carat handy. $100, 100 carats. So full disclosure, I did open this package and kind of looked at these before I started videoing, and my initial impression is I don't think this is the material that we were looking at on at least this. I wouldn't have bought it if this is what I was looking at. But this is what we got. Now, if you know this stuff right here, this stuff will entice a lot of new cutters to buy it. It's got that little blue hue. Guess what? That's not going to cut anything. That's not going to cut anything. You can cut this sometimes and make a doublet out of it and get it to face. That one right there in particular might make a good doublet. Be a good doublet material piece. I don't do doublets, so that's not going to cut nothing. No well, very minimal color on that one. Got a little bit of a color bar on the top of this one. That's not going to cut anything. 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 Like I said, this is not the material that, at least the stack that they poured out to sell them, this is not what it looked like at all. This blue stuff. A little bit of a color bar in this one, kind of angled on the edges. Not likely to cut anything useful. Nothing there. Super thin piece of doublet material possible right there. Not really what I was looking for. Another one of those blue pieces that ain't going to cut anything. Not going to cut nothing. Possibility of cutting something on that one. That's junk. A little bit of color in the face of that one, but it's right on top of that sand and crap. So again, the thinness of this material is going to make it to where it's only doublet material. That one is piece of crap. That one is a piece of crap. So that leaves one piece. Might be our saving grace. But there is one piece here with some potential. See the big broad flash in it? Unfortunately, the low spot right there in the break is down below the color bar, so we can't get one the full size of that face, but there probably is a stone with that big orange right there underneath that peak right there. Probably cut a 2-carat stone is what I'm guessing. So the question is it worth keeping that I could return this and get my $100 back? This is all just junk material. This is not what I saw on the auction. Luck of the draw maybe, but that's all what I would call just crap. That's what you would call like, hey, beginners learning material or something like that. But that one right there might be worth, you might cut a stone out of that one that's worth your $100. Maybe. Question is, do I cut it or do I just send this garbage here back, get my $100 back? Send it back. It takes a month for them to get it back, a week or so for them to verify that they've got it back before you get your money back. So I am almost inclined, just for sake of the video, to cut this one stone, see if we cut enough out of this one stone. But in all honesty, this right here is not what was pictured in the auction as the best handy material they've had in a long time. This right here is a bunch of low grade, very low grade crapola with this one thrown in. Almost like they put a bunch of this in and then toss in one of these so that there's some color in it. I mean, unless this is going to make some people mad, I'm just giving you my honest opinion. This is not what I bought. This is not what was in the auction. I mean, Mark was pulling pieces out of the pile that this was supposed to come from, and every one of them had color in them. Everyone looked like it might cut something. Some of them looked really nice. But this is not what I expected, with the exception of this one piece. If there was half a dozen that looked like this in there, I'd be like, yep, good money well spent. I think just because I don't feel like sending this all the way back, I'm going to spend $25 in postage to get my $100 back and wait a month to get it. I'm inclined just to cut this and see if we get something. Now that might cut a stone with $100. It might. But the purpose of these handy parcels is to have some good cutting material. And that's not what this is. I'm just being honest. Now, I'm not unhappy with any of these that I bought. I call it as I see it. We're going to cut this flash dance one. And I think that it's going to cut a nice stone. And, for $75, we might, again, cover our losses. But let's see what we get. Let's cut something. And just color me slightly disappointed from the get-go. All right, let's start with our one and only decent piece from the handy package. Like I said, I think because this low spot right here is down through the color bar, we can't get something the full size of that. Would be to cut this right here, try for one right here if there's enough color bar left to get something there, and then go for a piece right there, a couple carats. Let's look into it and see what it's going to look like. That's a skin and it's going to come off. There, the color's going to start coming through there. Looks like the face is right there like that, directly on. I guess it hits directly on right there, okay. Here we go down to cut that piece right there off. We'll see what we can get out of 2 pieces. Alright, so we got this piece. Maybe enough color in it to get a stone out of that side. There. Then we got this one. It looks like we want it to face about there. So we're going to cut that bottom end to orientate the face to the, hopefully the side that hits the best. Good. We can dot that one up. Make sure we leave enough material for a good thick piece. Even though that piece right there really needs to come off, but it's looking promising that we're going to get a stone out of that one. It's going to hit with good brightness and a big broad flash. Let's pull out Flash Dance. $75 for 9 carats. So this is obviously a piece of shell. I don't know if you can tell, but just it's a piece of shell. It's concave on this side, convex on this side. We're hoping that the convex side is the side that's going to hit, but at least hits as good as this side. We got decent brightness right here. We're hoping that it hits just as good on this side, because this would be, we'd get more yield out of this side if we could, just because of the dome. So let's go into it just enough to see if it's going to face from this side. There it's starting to come through. The question is it as bright on this side as it is on this side? Right now it's not, but I think it's still, because we have a skin on it, I still think it's hopeful that we can face it from this side, maximize the yield on the stone. Still slightly brighter on this side, and this isn't a terribly bright stone. That's why I'm making sure that we make the right choice here. We need all the brightness we can get for that side or that side. See. The reason why I'm still going is right here on in the fractured areas where the color comes through. I think it's every bit as bright down there as it is here. So I think it's just that we still have some skin over this. If we can, because this is concave and this is convex, we already have our dome here on this side, we get more yield. If we have to take these sides down to make this, and then actually dome on top of that, this thing really thins out and it lessens what we can do with it. So we really want it to face from this side. That's going to be the best possible scenario for us. We're going to go in one more time, give it a chance to do that for us. Man, it's so close. But I think in the end, we're still brighter here. So I think we end up having to face it from here. That's not a bad thing necessarily because we already have a taper here and here that's going to help. But I think we go in from this side right here. I think we're ready to dop that up and see what we can get out of it. We'll dop both of these pieces up. I just don't think we're getting the brightness on this side that I was hoping for, so we don't want to go down any more in our thickness. Be right back. Alright, we'll start off with our handy piece. I'm about tired of cutting teardrops. But I think that's about what we're going to end up with there without losing a whole bunch. But you know what? I don't want to cut teardrops. So we're not. Get the oval it'll give us. Now we're going to start going in from the top to be able to have a better idea of where our oval actually is. As far as we want to go there. low spot right there. Not feeling all that optimistic about it, but let's hold on. Let's go to this one that maybe is a better story. Why do they all want to be teardrops? Best color is right here. I was about to take that off to make my oval there. Yeah, it's about equal. Not sure what to do here. I really don't want to do a teardrop. Harder than you think, because that's the most, but we have to take off that much to make it a teardrop, which is not a small amount, or we have to take off that to make it an oval, or that to make it an oval. The amount of waste on either side is quite a bit. Chip right there. Alright, probably would have some sort of revolt if I didn't cut this one into a teardrop. I can feel it brewing. There wasn't any cut we could do on this that wasn't going to have a decent amount of waste other than freeform, and we aren't doing that, so. Let's start going in. closer on our shape. We're starting to get there. We've got a pretty good divot in the top and on the side that's got to come out. I think we're okay on color bar no matter what we do here. That is one of the good things about this one. We're ready to go to the next wheel. Alright, medium grit wheel. We're going to refine the shape just a little bit. Still have I can feel a divot right here on the top, right about in the center where we want our dome to be, so it's going to have to come down a little bit. Still there. Feel it a little bit. Still working on shape. Still feel it there. You don't have to see something if you can feel it. You know it's there. Right, smack in the middle. If you can see it kind of right there, can't you? Just a little hole in it. So I've got to go down to where that becomes the high. The low spot's got to be the high spot, or we don't have a dome. There. Just about gone. It's taken away a lot of the dome that we had, but it'll be right. Okay, there's that one. Let's go back to this one. This one has kind of got a super high dome, but it's because we're trying to roll out this chip right here. That chip in the face. It's almost gone, but can you see it right there? Anyway, we're trying to get rid of that chip. Okay, I think we're about there on that one. Alright, so here we go to our final, that thing's loud, 1200 grit. I put this new 1200 grit belt on it, and it's pretty loud. quality. You might feel just the slightest little bit right there on that side. It needs to come down a little. Maybe we can get it. Maybe we can get it here. Okay, about ready for polish on that one. There's that one, ready for polish. I also put on a new felt wheel here last night. And this one, I usually don't show the whole polishing process. It doesn't take long, but you also kind of get the point here. It's the point where you kind of won the battle or lost the battle, and you know what you got, and now you're just doing the final step. So I'll probably spend about twice as long as I just showed you, maybe 2 minutes total for both of them. Okay, let's look and see what we got. Our 9-carat flash dance. Our 9-carat Cooper PD flash dance. Did it live up to its name? Well, it definitely isn't the brightest color you're going to find, but it is a flash dance. I think that was definitely a fun stone to cut. I think that it's definitely worth what I paid for or more. And so that is a win. Black Lighters material, Cooper PD, that is a win. But that one was kind of a obvious win. This is actually a little bit better in hand than it is on the camera. Maybe I'll go outside and see if there's any sunlight to show you a little bit better view of it. But and then we got, well, let's deal with this separately. Okay, we had a 9-carat Cooper PD. We ended up getting, doesn't like our surface right there. It really doesn't like something about this. Sorry. There we go. Four carats. 4 out of 9 is like 45% yield. Not bad at all. Not a fan of teardrops. Unfortunately, most of the teardrops that I have, I've never set. That's why I don't tend to cut a lot of them. But there was just too much loss by doing anything else on this one. But I like that stone. I'll show it to you out in the sunlight. Okay, now I know this is going to make some people mad, because it happens every time I say something bad about anybody that sells opal. It does. And I want you to know, I got no desire to say anything bad about anybody, but I also have no desire to say, you know, what I don't feel and what isn't the truth. A lot of the stuff I get from the Black Lighters I like a lot, and I think is good value. This handy parcel, I would say if this is, and they said repeatedly, this is some of the best handy parcels they've had in a long time. This one is a bunch of garbage with one decent stone tossed in there, is what it looks like to me. And I wouldn't buy it again. I'd rather take that $100 that I spent on the Parcel and buy one or two nice single pieces on one of their auctions. I mean, still buy from them. I'm just saying that from what I see here, I wouldn't buy another one of these. I wouldn't recommend them. Let's show you what we cut. It's going to probably be worth what I paid for the Parcel. So can you complain? Maybe not, but I'm just telling you what I would expect out of a piece. Let's look at it. All right, so what did we get out of this? We got a nice broad flash, rolling flash. It is right smack at 2 carats. So the question is, for $100 handy Parcel, is that stone worth $100? And if you say if it was worth $50 a carat, then yeah, there's my $100. Again, unless you want to do doublets, which I don't, there might be one other one in here I saw that was worth cutting. But really, I mean, most of this is not what I would consider decent cutting material. That one's got some color on the face, but if you look at the thickness, the rest of that is sand. That's barely doublet material. So I would say I'd have been better off to buy one piece, that was going to cut something 2 or 3 times this size for my $100, and this right here I wouldn't buy again. That's my honest opinion. You guys might disagree. You might have had other experiences, but I don't feel like, to get a stone like that, I don't feel like I got ripped off by any means, but I don't feel like this is actually cutting material. I think this is a pile of trash that got a couple of nice pieces thrown into it. That's what I think it looks like. And it could just be luck of the draw. Unlucky luck of the draw. At least I got that one, and I don't hate that one. Let me take them outside and show you to you in the sun. Alright, here is our teardrop in sunlight. I'm on asphalt here, so I'm trying hard not to drop it, but see the blues over the top of the oranges and even reds in there. Here's that one. Our 2 carat handy piece. Definitely looks better in the sun. Rolling flash with some blue in there. That's what we got.